ripping up dirt, flying over jumps, and striking fear into the hearts of all its competition. It was one of the first short course bashers ever made, and one of the best-selling RC cars of all time. This is a car showcase on the Traxxas Slash. Hi, I'm Aiden with Maxamps Batteries, and if you were just jumping into the video, it would be super great if you subscribed. And if you're looking for batteries to upgrade your RC rig, go to maxamps.com, where we have all the batteries to make your rigs go zoom. Today, we are talking about a company that's led the RC car industry for years. But back in 1986, Traxxas was just a dream of a company that sold RC cars that were ready to run straight out of the box. And back then, that was completely unheard of. Traditional RC cars needed to be assembled. They didn't just come out of the box ready to drive. Well, in 1987, Traxxas released the Cat Buggy, a 1/10 scale buggy that was ready to run out of the box. And that started to build some traction for Traxxas in the RC industry. Jump forward to the late 90s, where Traxxas had a change as a company. For the last 10 years, they tried to compete in the RC racing market, and it really wasn't working out for them. So they decided to make a lineup of cars for the beginners in the RC industry. So they created the Stampede, the Rustler, T-Max, and Bandit. And boy, are we glad they did. These cars were awesome, because they were cheap, easy to drive, and great for the average Joe like me. With this new lineup, Traxxas really started to take control of the mainstream RC market. Then, in 2008, Traxxas saw this thing called full-sized off-road racing, which in my opinion has got to be one of the sickest things ever made. Literally full-size off-road cars flying through the air, smashing into everything in sight. I mean, does it get any better? And Traxxas agreed, so they decided to sponsor these full-size off-road events. So they slapped massive Traxxas logos on the sides of the cars and would showcase their RC lineups at these events. Then Traxxas had a stroke of brilliance and dropped a bomb on the entire RC car industry when they came out with the Traxxas Slash. A 1/10 scale two-wheel drive short course truck that would tear up the dirt and jump to the moon, just like the full-size short course trucks. But literally anyone could drive one without the risk of snapping their neck. This thing was pretty much the perfect package for anyone that wanted off-road, adrenaline-pumping short course experience. And these cars sold well. I mean, really well. The Slash was one of the most popular RC cars of all time when it was released. And to this day, still is one of the best-selling RC cars of all time. And over the last 13 years, Traxxas has been refining the Slash while sticking to its roots as a short course machine. The Brush Slash is going to come stock with a waterproof XL5 ESC and a Titan 12T 550 motor that gets you around 30 miles per hour out of the box, which is not a crazy amount, but for people like you and a person like me, that problem is a pretty easy fix. All you gotta do is get yourself a battery from maxamps.com, and the sucker gets up to 45 plus miles per hour and runs twice as long. One of the best things about the Slash is the insane availability of parts. You can probably find almost every spare part you could ever imagine for the Slash at your local hobby shop. And if not, there's a million places online that sell spare parts and upgrades for Slashes as well. Maxamps.com for upgraded batteries, chargers, and more. But seriously, spare parts and upgrades are everywhere. Another great thing about the Slash is it's one of the most versatile RC cars on the market today. You can race against your buddies on some asphalt or concrete, then go to the dunes or even just your backyard and have some off-roading fun. Now, the Slash is also versatile in how you can modify it. You can lift it into a monster truck, make her into a sweet little street car, even drop her low, and make yourself a drag car. As long as you have some deep pockets for new bodies, you should be fine with the Slash, because these bodies seem to break and crack like glass. But in all honesty, it's not that big of a problem, because bodies will only run you around 50 bucks. But that's without paint and decals and all that other fancy stuff to make her look pretty. Now, something else you have to look for on these Traxxas bashers is some bushing rust in wet conditions. Now, the electronics are waterproof, so that's a plus, but water getting in these bushings will eventually rust them out and cause them to seize up. So just be prepared for some deep cleaning pretty often on the Slash. Another thing you should be aware of is the plastic shocks and shock caps that come standard on these vehicles tend to, well, snap. So if you're looking at one of these, I would say upgrading to aluminum shocks and shock caps is definitely not a bad idea. Something we love about these vehicles is what Traxxas calls training mode. Now, if you're experienced, this probably isn't going to matter to you. But since the Slash is such a good vehicle for you to get started in the RC industry, training mode could really be beneficial to some people. If you are just learning about RC, or have some little ones, or your blind grandma that want to test out your brand new toy, set that puppy to training mode, and you can only max out at 50% throttle, meaning less broken parts when you inevitably lose control and do a full 360 into a wall. Don't worry, we've all done it. So, all in all, the Traxxas Slash is a really great RC vehicle, especially for beginners. And if you want to be able to experience a lot of RC in a small, cheap, easy to use and work on package, it doesn't get much better than the Traxxas Slash. So don't forget to follow Maxamps Batteries on all the socials, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video. And of course, if you need the best batteries out there for your RC rig, go to maxamps.com. I'm Aiden from Maxamps, and we'll see you all later.